Hello there, fantastic to see you. You look dashing as usual. I look a little bit less dashing than you. I mean, in comparison, everyone does, but I do specifically because you might have noticed this guy right here. I got a cool bloody band-aid on my ear. If you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you probably saw what happened, but just to update you in case you don't, I ripped my earlobe in half. I'm not gonna put a picture on screen right now, but if you wanna see it, there is one on my Twitter. It's so stupid. I was getting into a car. I misjudged how low to the ground the car was, so when I got in, I kind of went like this a little bit. My earring got stuck on the car window, but I didn't notice it until I sat down with all my body weight, and it ripped the earring out of my ear through the side. So it was fun. Went to the ER, got 8 stitches, and they attached my earlobe again, which is nice. But the reason that I'm here to talk to you is for 2 reasons. 2 very exciting things. I mean, exciting and nervous things. One's exciting, one's a little bit nerve-wracking. So the first thing, you can probably already tell because it's the top of the description, but is that I started a Patreon for Vsauce 3. And the reason I did this, it wasn't my intention to do this, to start one, but after all the comments and emails and messages that I got from my burnout video, it seemed like the logical thing to do. And it had always been in the back of my mind, the idea that there was other support systems outside of just AdSense and brand deals that can make a YouTube channel or a creator keep functioning. But I'm very against asking for things. I really dislike asking for things, and especially I dislike asking for money, really, which is what Patreon is, because I don't feel like I really give you anything. I mean, that's why we created the Curiosity Box, to actually be like, hey, if you're gonna pay us for something, here's something physical that you can actually use and enjoy. But one of the comments I got a lot was that, you know, you or others feel like my content is a valuable thing, so that's more of me just getting over that, because I just think I make videos, but if they do have value to people, then great. So I started a Patreon, and just to recap what I talked about in my last video, AdSense fluctuates all the time. If you are a YouTube creator, you've probably seen this, where your CPM, that rate that you get for ads played, will adjust wildly. It'll go from $2 to $7 to 50 cents to $5. It's all over the place, and it's completely unpredictable, and we as creators have no control over it. So that's a bummer. And then when it comes to brands, as I said before, brands don't really want to work with me because I don't make videos frequently enough. They want a video every week or every 2 weeks, and I can't do that. I can't guarantee that because I care more about the quality of the content than the quantity. And then you look at other channels that can do quantity and quality, and I started talking to some of them and figuring out what is it that they do that I don't. And what they do is that they have people working on it, which sounds so simple, but it's something that I've never really done. Outside of Eric, who you know, who does all the VFX for Vsauce and cinematography, we don't have anyone to really help us with videos, or especially I don't on Vsauce 3. Long story short, the Patreon is a way for, literally that money will go to paying for Eric to keep doing VFX, keep doing, well, little side note, Eric moved to Spain with his wife, so he can still do VFX for us, but from afar, but now I need to hire a cinematographer. And my hope is 2 videos a month, I need to hire a researcher, so I can be working on one, and they can be researching the other. And that's kind of the plan with it. And also just to get away from having to rely on brands, because, okay, maybe this is not a nice thing to say, but if there's like an app game, I don't care. I don't want to promote it. I only want to talk about or endorse brands that I actually use or that I like. That's why the majority of my videos are generally sponsored by services I use or by movies that I enjoy. So I want to be able to do that. And again, it might be, this all sounds to me very like arrogant, like I deserve this. I don't deserve anything. Nobody does, really. You got to work for things in your life. So it is against my intuition and my feelings to do a Patreon, but I do think, and I don't think, I do know that it is the best way for me to make the content that I want to make that you expect from me. To be able to make these mini science movies once, twice a month, consistently, that's what I need to do. So that's the plan with it. That's why the Patreon exists. So if you want to become a patron, you can click the link there. Here's the tiers. Ooh, look at that. You know, you get stuff like early access to videos, wallpapers, live hangouts, kind of live editing tutorials, which I think would actually be really fun. Name in the description, Curiosity Box discounts, Vsauce 3 stickers, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm sure as it grows, I'll add Discord if that's a thing that you would like, let me know. But this is the initial step. It allows me to be free, and it allows you to be a part of it. And I like that aspect too. It builds a community, which I think is really, really interesting. So that's a really long way to say that I created a Patreon. I know people do it. I mean, everyone has a Patreon. So if you want to support it, awesome. If you don't, totally cool. Not a huge deal. I'm not gonna be upset or offended, because at the end of the day, it's your decision. If that is something that you want to do, awesome. Is it something that you don't want to do or you can't afford to do? Awesome. Totally fine. The second big thing, and this actually makes the Patreon surprisingly more important, is that Could You Survive the Movies, my show, I made a pilot episode with Mad Max. It got picked up for a season. Took a long time. Took a very long time, but it was worth it. I'm so excited. So we just started pre-production on that, and it's so cool. So it comes out in October. There's a full season. There's gonna be 6 episodes. So it's been 2 years in total, a little over 2 years that it's taken me to get to this point. So I'm so excited. I can't wait. But with that, because as you know, I am a control freak, so I'm gonna be writing and directing all 6 episodes, plus hosting them, plus executive producing them. So it's going to be a monumental task. And that really means that I'm going to have even less time to make Vsauce 3 content. Obviously, this is Vsauce 3 content, but I'm working on it from now until October when it comes out, so there's a good chunk of time where there's gonna be nothing on the channel. So this then goes back into why the Patreon's so important, because it will allow me to hire a researcher to actually work on it. So I can't wait for Could You Survive the Movies, or as I call it, System. Look at that, there it is. Or I guess the text will be going this way. There it is, System, love it. So pumped, so happy that people liked it, so happy that YouTube liked it enough to want to fund more of them. Last thing I would just want to talk about with all this stuff is, sorry, also my ear really hurts. I need to get some Advil or something. With the Patreon, that really is, all that money is not to make me rich so I can buy I don't know, an elephant. What do people buy? Elephants? Sure. It's to provide the funding for my content. That's what that money is for. It's to be able to pay people like Eric, to pay a cinematographer, to pay a researcher, to pay a sound designer, so I can make the videos that I want to make. My goal in life has never been to make a lot of money. It's been to make great content. If I can make money doing it, awesome. It's to create a wonderful experience, because that to me is more important. Funny little aside, with the Mad Max episode, I wanted to flip a car, which we ended up doing in the Mad Max episode, but we didn't have the budget to flip a car. So I offered 80% of what I was getting paid to make that episode back into the show so we could flip a car. Because I didn't care about making a bunch of money. I cared about the show doing well and the show getting picked up. That was more important. All right, so I'm just talking in circles at this point. Patreon there if you want to check it out. Of course, it would mean a lot if you can be a patron. If you can't, it's totally okay. I still love you. You're still as good looking as ever before. And then System in October, super stoked on that. Can't wait. It's gonna basically rule my life for the next 4 or 5 months. Really happy that my ear is reattached. That's really neat, because I liked my little earlobes. So thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. And remember, it's not goodbye. Oh no, it's never goodbye. It's...